It is time to go racing at Bakersfield Speedway. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Hello, everybody, and welcome into heat racing action from Bakersfield Speedway.
Not as toasty as last week, though.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
September 4th, 2021. We've made it to September, which means hopefully we can start seeing those temperatures drop. Here at the starting lineup a little bit ago. Currently leading the way is that 75W machine of missing data.
What?
Don't worry, Gene Glover has his data in second.
So we got Wolford leading, Glover in the second spot.
Yep, third place right now is the 22 truck of Taylor Brard. Taylor Brard. And then we got a battle happening. This is probably the better battle to watch, but we do have a side-by-side battle happening in the turn number one. Yeah, stay on this, side-by-side for the lead. It's Glover to the inside, and you can do that. Zachary Herod was able to get by the number 6 machine of Braden Jamar. And riding out the field, 23X of Corey Mata.
The Glover getting by Wolford, but Wolford not exactly yielding either.
Do you think Wolford's seeing red after having the left front get pushed in a little bit?
You know, yeah, I would just start fighting in the pits after this heat.
Well, there's no reason not to.
Could you imagine?
You know, given where we are, yes.
That's true.
Yes, I can.
Okay, they're the pick-em-up truck in this race.
It's the Wild West. That's right. He's getting chased down by Zachary Herod, but that's Brard in the number 22.
That is an older NASCAR Craftsman truck that with age has shrunken down.
Yep. One of the OGs from Mesa Moran back when they first released the test. Now, we got a lot of lap traffic for you leader into turn number 3. That's Glover going to the outside of the 23 of Mata, and in between the 6 of Jamar. Made it work.
You can only do that if you're a skilled driver, and I think your Heat Race 1 winner was able to split the sandwich.
Checkered flag flies, and the RPMs drop.
8 laps done in a flash here at Bakersfield.
See how I kind of took a classic
I've
and
instantly
made it my own?
Yeah. I've instantly remembered why these were taped. Because it does this the whole time.
Tommy's referring to his headset.
I'm going to just have to tape it around my face.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first thing you've taped around your face. I don't even know what that means. But
me neither. I kind of curious, but I'm kind of not.
Oh, I could get into detail of what I have in my mind.
I think I would like to see a 100 lap or mini stock race here at Bakersfield.
Well,
I think that'd be a cool $1,000 to win 100 lap.
Some people want to watch the world burn, and Tommy, you're not one of them.
I'm not. I just want the simple things.
I feel like that would create world peace. In fact,
I agree. Well, starting on the front row of heat number 2 for our mini stocks will be David Wolford Jr. in the number 1.
I recognize that last name.
Jose Rosales in the 13. Inside row 2 is the 95 of Skylar Corella.
I love the number on the roof of the 26X.
Now, what I don't know is if there's supposed to be 3 L's in Skylar's name or if I'm just completely butchering that name. But if you're watching, send us a message. Let us know. Jason Cook Jr. in the 26X and Clint Duncan in the 25. Round out your mini stock. Heat number 2 lineup.
Duncan. Now, I'm not going to give away the story yet, but I want everyone to notice the billboard area right about here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to just think about this for a minute, okay? I want that to fester in your brain.
All right. I'm letting it fester.
We let a lot of things fester.
Look at this creepy crawly start. Wolford's going to mash the gas, and you'll see those front tires go airborne as we go green.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. Airborne.
Rosales up into the second spot. Battle is for third. The 25. Clint Duncan up into the third spot now. The 25 machine. Rick Hendrick owned race car. You might have missed the 25 in the Cup Series. Well, now you know where it ended up. Going for the second spot. Look at this run down the backstretch.
This car's flying.
It's got to be those rear wheels. Makes all the difference.
It's just one, though.
Yeah, well, I think that's why. If there was two, we'd have to really check them out in the tech bet. But to the outside go the 25 of Duncan. No, but a slide up. Slamming the door shut is Rosales. And almost closing the door into one with Rosales, but Duncan now up into the second spot. David Wolford Jr., fastest lap of the race, 16.869. Now goes even quicker, 16.8.
I thought the 25 was going to try the 90-degree banking.
That's not the best one, but it works sometimes. You got to really be choosy about when you're going to use it.
Yeehaw.
Wolford way out to the lead. Almost a 5-second gap between himself and second spot. Clint Duncan. Rosales in third. Cook Jr. in fourth.
Lap traffic.
Skylar Carella in the 95 going a lap down. If they're going to allow it, nope. Wolford drives by. White flag. David Wolford Jr. puts a lap down on fifth place and has dominated this one from the start. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag waves.
Look at that car control.
Heat number 2 winner for David Wolford Jr.
Dropped it like it's hot.
That's right. Duncan second, Rosales third, Jason Cook Jr. in fourth, and Skylar Carella going to come around the last pair of corners. There's somebody being cheap up in the mountains.
When the car gives
the
you
hills.
attitude, drop it like it's hot. When the truck drives down the hill, drop it like it's hot.
Cheapskate Hill, right there.
But is it being a cheapskate when you buy a purpose-built vehicle just for this?
Yes, because you could be in the grandstands, not wasting gas.
Too bad your gas got sagged. Look at that. I feel like we're watching a really old-school monster truck.
Or like a old Chevy commercial, even though that's probably a Ford.
Like a
Yeah, it's a Ford.
Like a Ford.
You know, I say cheapskate. Why? Because that's all he could afford. Ah ha 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 ha! Everybody live with me.
Starting on the front row in heat race number 3 for the mini stocks. 32X, that's Jason Cook on the outside.
Creepy crawly.
And then R24 of Christopher Jackson on the inside. Now, I'm just telling you now,
Yeah.
purely for the wheels alone, the 24 had me as a kid. Like, I would have been like, that's the car to win. He's got
Nice and
colored
bright,
wheels.
contrasting colors.
He's got colored wheels. So, yeah, you take it. Now, we have some cars in here that don't make sense.
I'm going to have to stop because this truck just got stuck, I think.
Did it? Was that all he could afford?
We got time. See, this is the struggle of being a cheapskate because you could easily sit in the grandstands and have your seat, but this poor person is literally looking around for the best one.
We may or may not have already seen one vehicle flip over today, so I'm just hoping for this person's sake they're not the next. The 88R machine, Tommy, is not Jose. It is Josie Robinson.
Right. That's
I don't know how anyone screwed that up. It clearly says Josie.
I think it was an issue with a lineup or something.
It clearly says Josie. Now, what's interesting is the 33. I thought those numbers were 55, and I'm like, I don't know who this is supposed to be. That's Jordan Brown. Now, we had the 777 of Clinton Massey on the track, but that car pulled it off.
What the heck?
Possible chase implications.
Maybe.
All right, lap 1 of 8. All of our heat races will be 8 laps in duration here tonight at Bakersfield Speedway. We got to do the thing at some point, by the way.
We do, yeah, we will.
Again, shout out to all those joining us here. Thank you for supporting the stream.
Pow!
Pop.
Top 3 on the screen, lap number 2 of 8. And I think we might see a battle for the lead in the next couple laps. I think.
Robinson trying to chase down Cook. The 32X always has speed. Tonight looks like it's no exception. Oh, 33.
What happened?
Looking for those other 22 numbers to make it 55 out of turn 4.
Yeah.
Oh, almost got the wall out of turn 2.
Oh, my goodness.
So I like this. I like this. Really working that high line. Like, pretend we're driving at Darlington. This is what you got to do right here. Darlington stripe. See what I mean? See how that line is like, it makes you think that Brown in the 33 is going to do extracurricular activities.
I think Brown is the one trying to intimidate the wall.
Move out of the way before I can go faster.
See it again? No? Oh, maybe.
Making it work. Battle for the lead has not gotten any hotter. And we'll be seeing the white flag this time by for Jason Cook in the 32X. Josie Robinson chases in the 88. Now, last week I was out here, and I'll get to this story after they cross the line, but I made a number error. Wow, look at Robinson. Throw it in.
Tried. Checkered flag.
Jason Cook. There was a, I believe it was a hobby stock that was out here, and the number on timing and scoring was 016, 016.
Okay.
And I was looking at this number, and I'm like, how do you ever get this out of it? It was 06 with a letter, and I'm like, there's no way you could even try to convince me that this is a 016.
Okay.
Because the number was 06T. And then I realized that's where they got confused.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. We got to have a conversation about this car.
Okay.
Right here.
Let's talk. There it is.
You will not believe.
This car looks pretty, right?
You will not believe, ladies and gentlemen, what this car did earlier when you look at it. It looks okay, right? The right front looked a little bit beaten up.
The left front looks totally fine.
But Tommy,
the roof doesn't look bad. The trunk, I mean, this thing's right from Darlington, 1970.
You saw it, Tommy. Can you explain where our billboards in turn 2 were?
Well, coming out of turn number 2, got crossed up, which is what you do on dirt racing, except for literally got crossed up on exit of 2, overcorrected up into the wall, up the cables and the pillars, and upside down, back on its wheels.
This car rolled over.
Took out the billboards.
This car was upside down earlier. And what did it break? A tie rod.
It just broke a tie rod. That's why you buy American-made, old-school iron.
Now someone just pulled off the track.
That was a number
74?
74 of Brock Crawford. So that's going to rechange our entire lineup. The 53C of Junior Daves. The outside is the number 68 of Danny Smith. Road 2, the 25 of Anthony Sly, and the 27 of Tara Childress. Look at the run that the 72cc of Mason Conway has to the lead. And Steve Johnson in the 01 round out your field. 3 wide down the backstretch.
Now, Danny Smith did the smart thing in that 68. I don't want to look away from that car.
That thing's plowing out of turn number 2 or 4.
Now, I don't mean to pat myself on the back already, Tommy, but when we were having a meal before getting to the track earlier,
yeah,
and we were going through the divisions, do you recall what I said at one point?
You said a lot of things.
I basically ended it with, so we're going to roll 2 cars over tonight. Well, needless to say, I just now remembered that, and we've already got one out of the way. And hopefully that prediction is wrong.
Yeah, hopefully we don't grow on it.
My prediction was because of the car count in the mini stocks, by the way.
Side by side for the third spot, but a battle is brewing for the lead as it is Sly and Conway.
Oh, we're hooking bumpers.
Johnson and Daves. 4 cars battling it out here at Bakersfield. Slide to the inside, the 25 machine on the inside of Conway in the 72cc. Oh, slipping and sliding, almost door slamming out of turn number 2. This will allow Steve Johnson to start closing in on these two. And slide to the lead. Conway having to take evasive action. Good old Saturday night under the lights racing. Johnson now working on Conway for the second spot.
Uh-oh, we got smoke coming out of the 27.
Oh, that's bad news for Tara Childress. Six laps in, 2 more to go. Sly, your leader. And we go side by side for the second spot. White flag waves.
Childress off the pace on the front straightaway. Gets out of the way.
It is Johnson and Conway. The 2 cars battling for the second spot. Who is it going to be out of turn number 4? Checkered flag up ahead for Sly, but who's going to finish second? Looks to be Steve Johnson ahead of Conway. Dave's in 4th. And Mr. Flipper, Danny Smith.
To me, this is already a win. The fact that this car is running.
Finished the heat race. Don't hit the wall. Awesome.
Now, Tommy, can you recreate your reaction when you saw this happen?
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, film it as if it happened.
Okay, here he
Ready?
goes. He's coming into the wall. So he's coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he overcorrects a little bit.
Oh! That's how long the wreck took.
Yeah, it was a long
just a single
wreck.
car wreck.
It was a long.
It actually took
It took him longer to get back on his wheels.
But it did legitimately bang up a couple other cars from the reaction area.
Yeah. In fact, you're right. We saw the 22 of Johnston get involved, and might have been one of the 74s that were also collected.
Right.
Now, mention Johnston. Johnston was supposed to start on the pole in this race, which is a concern. That that car did not show up for that. A lot of front end damage to Johnston. Now, Tommy, you saw this wreck happen.
Yes.
I was mesmerized. As you saw it happen, though, did you see what happened to the other 2 cars? Was it just one stopping and the other?
Yeah. So they came around turn number 2, and once they saw a car in
falling
the lanes,
out of the sky.
Yeah, falling out of the sky. Everybody kind of were together relatively in a pack. I'm saying probably 5 car lengths apart from each other in that hot lap. And so once one came to a stop, the other ones had to react and slid into the car, and then it turned into a highway crash.
Well, the car in the front right now is the 2cc of Carson Conway, 69X Tyler Weeks, 24D of Daryl Mueller. 174 is Cody Slice, 78 is James Williams, and I'm going to sneeze.
Sugar boom boo. Bless you.
Thanks. 49C is not on my lineup. That car, in fact, when I just went into the parking lot, that car was still sitting on a trailer, so I'm surprised to see it on track at all. Now, what I'm wondering is, did Kevin Johnston just buy this car because his got toasted?
I don't know. We've seen Colby Ward behind the wheel of this car.
Nope, I'm hearing it's Colby Ward.
Look at that. Good guess.
But I will say that if I go to live timing and scoring, I'm pretty sure it won't be listed as Colby Ward.
Will it be waiting for data?
It is missing data. However, last week it was Cobley.
Oh yes, Cobley.
When should we do the thing?
We can work on that right now. Actually,
Who do I tell?
just message Chris.
I say, Chris, I want to do the thing.
Ask if the thing is set up and ready for us to hit a button.
Now,
So the field getting ready to go, ladies and gentlemen, for heat race number 2 for the American stocks. I'm Tommy Mason, alongside Jeffrey Best. Happy to bring you the racing coverage on Bakersfield Speedway.tv as well as Low Budget TV. I'm sounding like a professional, and I'm not. I promise.
yeah, quit it.
Okay. You thought you were listening to MRN there for a second.
Here we go. Let's go 4 wide.
How about it?
I get the feeling that this group is ready to rumble. Out of turn number 4, Conway leads. Oh, I thought the bumpers were hooked for a second. The 174 on the outside. Hold on down the back straightaway.
To the lead.
Nice move. Cody Sly taking it over. Now Mueller battling for the 3rd spot, maybe inching towards the battle for 2nd. Is Mueller in that red number 24 machine. Looking at the outside, but he's going to run out of room. They're going to hook.
It looks like gas is coming out of the 24.
Something's coming out, and Mueller's trying to inspect it while we race.
Or something was pouring out of the back end of that red 24.
Is it the 24 that's losing something? I think it's the...
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ward looking at the inside. Battle for 4th. It'll be a battle for 3rd now. Oh, Conway. Carson Conway's really going to get to know Mueller now. And now Ward's getting to know Conway. This is actually a networking event that you're watching live here on Bakersfield Speedway.
You don't need to be lonely at AmericanStockOnly.com. Looking for some hot singles in this area.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a time when we go back in time on YouTube and end the stream, and we're like, what did they just say? What did we do?
Yeah.
All right, well, out to the lead in a big way. Ahead of Sugar Boom Boom is Sly's number 174. Anthony Sly picked up the heat race win before this. And now it's Cody Sly at the line.
Battle for 3rd out of turn number 4. And it will go to Mueller. Just over Ward. So the question is going to be, how bad is Johnson's car?
Yeah.
Big old backfire. That was a backfire from hell out of the 69X. It wasn't loud. It was big.
It was bright.
It was magnificent.
The Salvos Tour cars would have been proud.
They would have.
Maybe that's the secret that car has.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I got a response, by the way. Oh, wait, that's because I'm looking at the wrong. That's because I'm being dumb. Okay. Should I say? Let's go?
Yes. Oh, I can do it.
Okay. But isn't that going to... Oh, you can.
Okay,
Oh, wow. Are we going to do the yelling thing?
The what? Well, we got the Hardtops coming onto the racetrack.
Okie Bulls are on the track. Lift them up. They'll break your back. Racing here at Bakersfield. Don't be ready for Here We Yield. The racing upon Bakersfield Speedway. That was a Mike Mosier in honor of Mike Mosier.
That was a very Mike Mosier-esque thing you just said.
That's because he's the man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're opening up the curtains briefly here to our folks that may be scrolling through Facebook and seeing, wait a minute, there's racing at Bakersfield Speedway. Not just racing, there's Okie Bowls. There's Hardtops.
Right.
It's funny because they're not Okie Bowls, they're Hardtops, but I always mix that up. That radiator, I think, was in a semi-truck at one point.
I think most of these cars were in a semi-truck at one point.
That's fair. But yeah, folks, we are live here at Bakersfield Speedway. And join us. Tommy, how do they join us if they want to join us?
www.bakersfieldspeedway.tv. Get that subscription to see all the racing action all the time from Bakersfield,
including this thing.
Yes. As well as you can also go to the old familiar website, lowbudget.tv.
Yeah, lowbudget.tv.
Where it's available there as well. Just don't miss it. That's why you're here, right?
That's what I'm hearing.
So coming out now, we've got one heat
Of golf cart racing.
of golf cart racing.
Now you have to hold
What do
a
you
cup
think's-
in one hand.
What do you think's older, the golf cart or the race cars?
What do I think is older?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the race cars.
I'm not talking the driver. I'm talking the car,
No,
the machinery.
the race cars for sure.
Okay, it is pretty shiny looking golf cart. But take a look at these shiny looking race cars, ladies and gentlemen, as we have our starting lineup now. The 46 of Tyler Weeks will be
Well, that's a problem.
starting. Not a there is Tyler probably.
Now
needed.
Tyler was just racing in the previous race.
I'm guessing that Tyler just needed a little bit of that moonshine poured down the carburetor to get this 46X started. Now Tyler's not going to start on the front row where he should be. Well, that's okay.
We'll forgive him.
So we're going to redo this as the 45 of Kelly Mason will be starting on the outside front row alongside the 14X of Tyler Lynham. There we go. I had to correct myself on that one. Jason Denman in the 00 and Travis Mason in the 16. No relation to me.
Nope.
Not that I know of.
Lucky for him.
And Scott Rogers in the 7. Round out the field. These are the Bakersfield Hardtops. Awesome way to restore these machines to race here. And when we say race cars, we mean it. This is no exhibition. Some of these drivers are racing for their first time. Others, well, as you can see in the top 3, definitely have raced before. Out to the early lead, Mason in the 45. Kelly Mason under pressure now from Jason Denman's 00. Out of turn number 4, side by side. Look at the run to the inside. And who's going to be? Lap traffic up ahead. 3 wide, pinching into turn number 3. I thought we were going to see a Denny Hamlin moment for a second. All right, new leader, the 00 of Jason Denman.
I'm just wondering what Denny Hamlin moment.
From, well, I don't want to give any spoilers, but maybe from the Xfinity race.
Oh, I see what you.
Oh, big slide there for your leader. Now the 45 of Kelly Mason starting to close back in. This is your top 2 battle.
See how our other competitors are doing, the 16.
16 is Travis Mason. Travis Mason in the 3rd spot all by themselves.
Up trouble for weeks.
Probably ran out of moonshine.
Oh, and not trouble, but just, you know.
That's the 14X of Tyler Lanham.
Oh, yeah, Denman.
Lynham.
Huh?
Tyler Lynham.
Were you correcting yourself?
Yep.
Nice. Now you see parking lot has begun.
Yeah, well.
Still a great battle for the lead, though.
Weeks, if you can't finish the race, at least get a good seat for the race.
Yeah.
White flag, final lap. We got 1/3 of a mile left of this heat race for the Hardtops. Kelly Mason's got 2 more corners.
Who's going to get back to the line first, the 14 or the 00?
And it will be the 00 of Jason Denman winning heat for the Hardtops. 3rd spot goes to Travis Mason. Here's a battle just for nothing. There's a 7 of Scott Rogers crossing the line.
Hardtops.
Very good. Nice, clean race. We've seen cars bang them up in the heat races before. I'm glad we didn't see that.
I love this class, though.
Yeah, it's so cool because, like I said, these cars aren't exhibition show vehicles.
No.
They are race cars, and the drivers race them as race cars, which I respect.
Same.
All right, we got the Pro Stocks.
The Western Pro Stock.
Now this is the Pro Stocks we got to know out here when we first started filming here in about 2012 as to be a local division that raced a few times a month, maybe even one time a month. That now seems to turn into a traveling series is what we have, the Tri-State Pro Stocks.
Well, we're supposed to have 6 cars in this one, and my math ain't great, but I count 5.
Well, your math is better than mine.
The 121 machine of Jesh. Wow. I was setting myself up to get the last name right, and I murdered the first name.
So let me remind myself, and I want anybody who's watching right now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I believe this is pronounced Jeff Oshefka.
Oshefka?
Yes.
All right.
But
If they come back and say, "What were you smoking when you came up with that?" I'm going to say, I love that we have a 401k car in there, by the way. So that's the 121 of Jeff Oshefka.
that's what I
I'll say it.
That's what I think I remember.
I'll say Oshefka.
But it's been a while since we've seen these cars.
All right, I can't screw this one up. The 3D is Chris Smith. Smith. 401k, Richard Brace Jr. 5N of Frank Nyback. Talk about a driver who's been part of this division for years and years. 41 SP of Peter Coberly. And the 54 Brady Bell, who I do not see.
Well, what the heck? Now, we saw Brady Bell. You and I saw him having issues in the hot laps.
We did, but what the heck? Now, these cars did qualify. And away we go. Side by side for the lead. Continues on. Oshefka falling back to second over Smith. Battle for third. Up, Smith gets the front end ripped off of the car. After slight over rotation into turn number 1, the back end of Oshefka barely caught it, and you'll see where the 121 has a little bit of damage.
I'm looking
and the 3D has a lot.
Jeez. One big pull, and you can rip apart these.
I always worry when the cosplay cars have one zipper.
Yeah,
and that's the one zipper that rules them all. And as we know, if they get thrown into the fires of Mordor, ladies and gentlemen, it's over.
Well, here's the thing: does that mean that this 3D is now stuck at this for the night? Because I don't know if there's anything. That thing, the rest of the front end that landed on the ground got run over, I believe, more than once. Wow.
So are you saying they were kicking him while he was down?
Yeah, I think so. Now,
they found limbs and they started just smacking them. Take that.
What did you see? A little bit of an over rotation?
He just going into turn number 1, he had the lead over the 121, and the car just over rotated a little bit. And when he woke up, the 121 saw what was happening and hit the gas to try to avoid as much contact. And in doing so, when that slight part of the right rear of the 121 hooked on to the left front of the 3D, it just undressed that 3D. I mean, this is full frontal nudity on that 3D machine right now. There is nothing covering nothing.
Bakersfield After Dark here on Low Budget TV.
Well, the lights are out, so the fun is about to begin. So Smith going to hold on to the lead as the caution came out, and he was the leader at the line.
Well, now we're going to see how Smith.
Oh, trouble!
Well, so your top two are not having a great time.
No. And it could be because we're saying the name wrong or right.
Well, I want to challenge
Oshefka.
I'm hoping I'm right if I remembered this name.
The fact that you remembered this tells me that there might be something here. If anyone thinks that Tom and I learn.
But please, we beg of you, race fans, if we're saying this incorrectly,
401k going to pull it off the racetrack. Richard Brace Jr.
Spent it all.
Yeah, he said the economy's not good enough to be doing this right now. But Oshefka, I don't know, man.
I don't blame you. I mean, if you look at that name, I'm pretty sure their parents literally put a bunch of letters in a bucket, shook it up, and said whatever we
I
come
wonder
up
what
with.
the origin for this name is. Oh, like looking at it and hearing it, that makes me think like. Now I'm no professional, but
I'm gonna guess Polish.
Polish?
Mm-hmm.
See, I was gonna guess Japanese.
Well, we could be so wrong about this driver that their heads are going to spin.
Or Russian. I don't know. The black flag's about to be given to somebody. Someone's about to get the black.
Who's it going to be flipping?
The 121. Now, was that them saying one and you're done?
I think we got a left rear that is either flat or the body panel's ready to fall apart.
I feel really good about if you're still in this race.
So does Smith Hood stay on? That's going to be the question.
Green flag. We are 1 lap in. 7 laps to go. Smith leads over Nyback and Coberly. That Hood's trying to get off, which in the context of the jokes we were making earlier is bad phrasing. Into turn number 3, a little bit of smoke coming off of Smith's car.
Smith is just teasing us with his strip tease. Little piece here, little piece there. Strip tease from Smith.
Don't forget to join us all night long if you're checking us out on Facebook. Smoke also starting to plume a bit from the 41 of Coberly. Light haze of smoke almost blends in with our beautiful California wildfire atmosphere that we've got out here. Five laps in, 3 laps to go. Smith, despite the issues, is having a solid heat race.
All righty. Do we see a battle for second at the end of this race?
Nyback trying to hold off Coberly for second. 5 in. White flag in the air. Smith ahead quite a ways over Nyback, and the smoke is getting heavier out of the 41. So could just be something they're going to want to take a look at in between. Luckily, this race is ending. And Chris Smith, the 3D, takes the victory over Frank Nyback and Peter Coberly.
That's what you call strip it and rip it.
Now, kind of a nice thing here, Tommy, which we saw during the pre-race ceremonies, but for those that are checking things out on Facebook, the track set up a bit of their own memorial here on the infield of Bakersfield Speedway to honor those that did lose their lives in those unfortunate happenings out in Afghanistan. So a nice tribute there from the track. A moment of silence was had.
And a really stand-up thing for this racetrack to do. Unfortunately, this track has had their own share of tragic events.
Yeah, you know, you posted something on Facebook a few weeks ago about sometimes the proximity is what really makes it all the more real.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
one of the kids, unfortunately, was from near this hometown that I'm in currently. And I just hate to know what that family's going through. Heat number 2 for the Pro Stocks. That'll be the Rebel Rouser Robbie Sawyer on the front row in the 5, alongside the 07 Rich Benman, as the paper says, but it's Denman.
You know what they say about Denman.
He's a demon. 43K, David King Jr., and the 55 of Matt Kyle. Blaine Hill in the 7 and the 4T of Brent Lawrence. We go green. And a little bit of a problem there for the 7.
Yeah,
Hill.
It became a bigger problem for the 55.
Yeah, Hill not able to get through turns 1 and 2.
Now call me old school if that's even possible, but my favorite body in this entire division is that 55.
Yes, old school for sure.
Battle for the lead into turn number 1.
They got Sawyer and Denman, the 5 and the 07 respectively. Oh, up the track, go the 7. So Hill's struggling once again through turn number 2.
That car overcorrected so much, that was almost disaster.
All by himself now. So top 3 on your screen. That is King in the 43, who we've seen tear it up out of his home track of Santa Maria Raceway. The 07 of Denman and the 5, your leader, Robbie Sawyer. Robbie Sawyer is stepping back behind the wheel of a Pro Stock as now he's challenging Denman to the inside. Rich Denman. We've seen him run so fast in the American stocks, the hobby stocks, the whatever stocks, so it makes sense that he's running fast in a Pro Stock here tonight. Side by side for the lead. Denman gets such a good run into 3, but Sawyer quickly on the gas from the center of the corner on exit. Starts to open up some time now to Denman. King with a push up the track. White flag, wave flap, traffic up ahead. Staying high, nope, going low. But Robbie Sawyer, checker flag. That got a little risky. Rounding the corner, Matt Kyle, the 55. And the 4T of Brett Lawrence. Round out the race here at Bakersfield Speedway. So what did we learn? Well, we learned that Hill in the 7 is struggling through the corners. We learned that Denman is actually written down as Benman. And we learned that the 5 of Robbie Sawyer is still rousing the Rebels. Heat 3 coming up next.
Now, Tommy, we have opened up the blinds.
Yes, we sure did.
I believe that this is going to be the last blind opening for the day.
No more peeking.
So for those on Facebook, don't waste your time. Join us on lowbudget.tv or bakersfieldspeedway.tv. You got options.
We got you covered.
But join us live for the rest of the night. Lots of great racing still to come. Lots of, we still got some more heat races to go. I think we still have 2 more divisions of heat races before we even start talking about main event action. But this will be the last event that is going to be shown on Facebook, as in this heat race. Now, if you're watching this on delay,
which means really fast,
on YouTube, on delay, on YouTube, join us live on one of these Saturday nights, lowbudget.tv.
Yeah.
A lot of great racing action.
Or just get out to the racetrack. Get your butt in the seats.
Get on up and get on down to the racetrack. All right. Final heat race. Justin Crockett in the 21JT leads them away with Jerry Stewart on the outside in the 4. 250 is Ryan Smith and the 17 of Bill Hall. Now this race also had a car not make it to the start line, the 55V of Richard Vanderplug.
Now, Vanderplug definitely had mechanical problems in the hot laps. You heard of a lot of churning.
It didn't sound good.
Yeah, a lot of bad noises coming from that 55. So I'm assuming that was either gear related, driveline related. Maybe still thrashing in the pits to get it ready for the main. You never know.
Jerry Stewart in the 4 machine. He had some trouble on exit of turn 2 last lap. Doesn't struggle this time, but it allowed Crockett to close in a little bit. Crockett trying to work different lines, see where he could catch up to Stewart. Smith up into the marbles, the cushion, and the 17 loops it in turn number 1.
Darrell Waltrip.
Caution. Yellow. Or if you're greeting someone, yellow.
Don't get stuck.
That's Bill Hall. I feel like that the name Bill Hall.
Yeah, that's a video game name.
It's very like here, what name can we use? I don't know. Give him something simple and one syllable. Bill Hall. Now, it's not the shortest name I've ever seen. I once had a roommate when I was going to college at UC Irvine. I had a roommate of mine from China. His name was Yi Fu. He just needed 4 letters to get the point across.
Uh-huh.
But I always enjoyed his name because when you spell it, it was Y-I-F-U.
There you go.
And I thought that was always thoughtful.
Yes, especially when you see his name on your door as you're ready to dorm.
The more you know, ladies and gentlemen. The more you know.
But that was a space-saving name, though, Bill Hall. Only 8 letters.
It was.
Not bad. Get quick and to the point.
He's a Hallbilly.
Yes, right. We crack ourselves up, ladies and gentlemen.
Lap number 3 is on the board. 5 laps to go.
How does anybody watch us?
I don't know, but we got a race on our hands. Crockett takes the lead after another bobble from Stewart. This one happening in turns 3 and 4. Smith tried to close in, but he's going to struggle out of turn number 2. Can Stewart get past Crockett once again?
Oh, not going to be the case. Smith sliding to a stop in turn number 1.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to see the yellow fly. And more unfortunately, I think we're going to lose Ryan Smith, and we're going to have a 2-car shootout.
All right,
for the last 3 laps.
Grudge match.
Grudge match. You did these on like NASCAR Thunder 2006 when Ryan Newman said, hey, race me on the streets for a cup ride.
Great message for the kids, you know.
Was that the NASCAR game that had all the really weird road courses?
Yeah, fantasy drive.
Like one was going through like a cave, like a Grand Canyon.
One was, I think, the old Daytona beach course.
Yeah. Oh, good times. Good times.
Well, Ryan Smith looks like he's stuck. I thought he was going to need some a quick little push. Oh no, there we go. Okay. Just got to get. Are
you expecting just the whole front end of this car to just buckle?
Yeah. Better than I expected. Oh no, what's going on here? Pushing with the headlights.
Did he bust a headlight?
Probably.
It wouldn't be the worst thing that's happened to this tow truck.
This car's shaking. Must be cold.
It's nervous. How would you feel if you had a tow truck
I'd be nervous too.
pushing you around? Mm-hmm. Were you like me when I was driving? Like whenever we're on the track, when a tow truck comes up behind you, do you always brace yourself?
Yeah,
for that slam.
Yeah,
You're like, oh boy.
They do a great job to not hurt anything, but you still kind of anticipate it.
The best part is that same night you and I would do a demolition derby.
Yeah.
But yet I was worried about, I'm going to get pushed. I just saw a big shooting star, by the way. I'm going to make a wish.
Wish upon a star, you must know which pro stock you are. When you're at Bakersfield, you wish you were a star. Side by side.
My wish is coming true.
Got a good grudge match here. Stewart and Crockett.
Stewart to the inside. Crockett holding him up. And
oh no, Stewart.
I think he just was like, you know what?
Pulled the lazy boy handle back. He probably had too much food at Skinny's.
That does happen. Checker flag. Crockett. Stewart.
Well, that was a fun drum up for a grudge match, but it really wasn't a grudge or a match.
Well, folks, we're going to be closing the blinds here. If you're watching on Facebook, if obviously you're on lowbudget.tv or Bakersfield Speedway.tv, you are good to go for the whole night. The rest of you, get over there quick. You don't want to miss the rest of the racing action from Bakersfield Speedway. Thank you for checking us out.
Yes, sir. Whoa.
I hear you.
I hear me too.
I hear you.
I was actually just kind of looking to see if we missed any comments here.
Oh, I'm sure people were.
They're probably praising us to leave.
Now, I want to point out we do have a little bit of downtime right now because Scott Schweitzer is being the handyman and changing a light bulb.
Oh, that's good. Good boy.
He is.
All right, well, that's going to close the blinds. Ladies and gentlemen, join us all night, www.lowbudget.tv, and, of course, BakersfieldSpeedway.tv. See you all online.
They busted the light. Jeez.
It's funny that they're replacing a light bulb that we typically put a camera on top of.
We have a light rain.
What?
Because the material from the light is raining
down
onto the track. So
it's
it's a light rain.
Been a while.
See, you were confused because you're like, but it never rains in California. Not because my joke was stupid, right?
No, I was like, I don't feel any rain.
Good. There's flipping.
Take me down to the Paradise City where the American stocks race in the city. Yeah, there we go. I'm just hearing PA music that we can't play.
Take me down to me, sit, John.
So you actually grabbed some extra things of duct tape. What was that for?
It's because I was thinking I was going to need it to tape down extra stuff over there, and then I realized I just needed the one piece.
That's not bad. Good work on being
like
efficient.
The anime.
Good work on being efficient.
Thank you. Thank you. I am ready.
How are you feeling after that big old burrito you ate?
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and I'm going to show you all folks a photo of what happened to me today.
Up is what happened.
Now, to be fair, the burrito did say it was defined as huge, but when this is what ended up in front of me, I went, wait, why did they give us an extra burrito? And I realized this was the same burrito cut in half. What in the heck? Oh, Tommy, here we go. I told you about this car.
Okay.
So Marchant here, unless the driver's changed, did they list this in as a 016 on timing and scoring?
06T.
They actually did it right this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, that was 016 on last week's heat races, and I felt like a dummy trying to figure out why it was 016, and I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. And then I literally was watching the heat races the next day and realized, oh, I'm an idiot.
Whoops.
I see where the mistake came from. It just was less obvious at the time.
Well, we got a pair of 99s on the front row. Justin Toohey in the 99T, that's the black car, and the 99 of Don Mead in the yellow car. Row 2, the 26S of Steven Johnson, and the 119 of Rick Henderson. Final row, Taylor Marchant, the 06T, and the 80D of Dylan Wilson.
ADD. You see what he did there?
ADD.
ADD.
6 cars going for 8 laps.
He should have made his. Never mind. All right. Green flag. 8 laps.
I think we've got to teach Don Mead a little lesson. As he goes to the lead.
Only one car will transfer to the main.
Oh, stack up right in the center of 3 and 4, and somehow it was a single car spin.
Now, can you please explain to the 99 that was a joke? Everyone's going to be in the main. Oh!
And there goes Marchant around down the backstretch.
What's going on?
It's hobby stock racing.
That's true.
Well, Don Mead, the only lesson that I was going to teach him was that you can't put bright orange decals of your sponsor on a bright yellow race car. You can't see it.
Yeah.
But maybe that was the plan all along, a secret sponsorship. Battle is for second spot. Wilson in the 80D, working on Johnson in the number 26S. Steven Johnson working the high side, Wilson down low. Battle for the second spot halfway through. Heat number 1. And steering problems for the 06T, I believe. I'm going to take a look. You keep watching what you are.
He took a hard shot to the right front.
It looks like the right front is broken, tie rod, steering related. Oh yeah, that thing is all over the place. There's no fight to give up. When you're not going to give up a fight, he's going to try to finish this race. Even though the leaders are coming now, look out.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Watch the wheel as it comes out of 4.
It's glitching.
Yes. Don Mead, your leader. White flag waves. Final lap. Trying to work their way around Marchand, but the battle is for second. Wilson to the inside. Steven Johnson up high in the 26S out of turn number 4. Mead wins. And Johnson, checker.
He's racing on a keyboard.
Yeah. 119 of Henderson, 4th, and rounding out the field will be the 99T of Justin Toohey.
Because of the contact, I was curious if we were going to see any like revenge.
Well, he's got to get to him first to steer it.
Well, he's there. It's just he drove past. I was going to say, after the inspiration from the 80D, that if we didn't have 0096 as our numbers, one of our numbers should have been 80 HD.
Yes. That'll be for sure.
That is factual.
Any other light bulbs to replace?
Probably all the lenses on our cameras. If we do get a break, we should probably make a drink run and maybe a check on camera run.
That's not a bad idea.
Split directions.
That is not a bad one.
See, I thought of that on myself. All right, Marcus Wonkum, bring him out. Or, as the name says on timing and scoring, tonight we actually have a passenger riding in the 91, and it is another Marcus.
Yeah.
So instead of Marcus Wonkum, we have Marcus Wonkums.
Wonkums?
There's more than one.
I thought it was going to be Winky.
Marcus Winky? No. Kevin Irwin in the number 2 machine. 24 is Tina Johnson. James Cornelius in the C4, who I don't think came out. And Johnny Wood, 44V, and C50 of Nick Kaufman.
I already feel a new bug bite on the bottom of my ankle.
Now, am I right that Johnny Wood used to drive a mini stock truck?
Yes.
And you did an interview with him in the dark and with terrible audio?
Yep.
And we just titled it Mini Stock Truck because we couldn't even figure out the name.
Go on YouTube and look up Mini Stock Truck.
Possibly the worst quality interview. Like, the interview itself was fine.
I would guess it's probably the worst quality video on YouTube, and we own that stat.
Well, we do our best.
Yep.
Okay. So something's like really wigging me out right now.
Okay, what's that?
I was just going to say, you were looking down, but like there were 4 pairs of girls walking by.
Yes.
And each pair was the same age. So there was like a young pair of girls, and then there was like a preteen girls, and then like 20s, and then like 40s. Mm-hmm. And it just, it threw, I was like, there's doubles.
Well, it's like AT&T commercials. The bars continue to grow.
That's right. Well, I think they're stalling right now because James Cornelius can't find his car. He's like, I know I parked it right here, but it's not here. Have you ever gone to the racetrack and you couldn't find your car?
I've gone to the wrong vehicle in the gas station before. That freaked the other person out. I undid the pump out of the filler neck and put it back onto the gas rack till I realized that's not my vehicle.
Is this Cornelius pulling out?
There it is, headlights and all. Oh, wait, going the wrong way.
He's going to use the porta potty with the door open.
Now that's a truck right there.
That is absolutely, positively a truck.
Stood there boldly, shining in the sun.
Now, what's more of a truck, that or the one we saw driving on the hill earlier?
This one right here, because they're not cheapskates.
I wonder if that truck's still stuck up on the hill somewhere.
Probably.
Hopefully. All right. Heat race number 2 for the hobby stocks.
I like how they're cleaning the windshield of that truck, by the way.
Marcus Wonkums into turn number 1. Irwin on the outside in the number 2. Wonkum going to battle, sticking it on that inside line. Johnson in the 24 slips to the outside and will door slam for second.
We've seen some wild and good stuff in these hobby stock heats so far. Look at this line of cars. Kaufman looking to the inside of Wonkum.
Yep. That C50 machine of Nick Kaufman behind is Johnny Wood in the 44. This entire group is all together. Battle for the lead. Tina Johnson looks to the inside. 5 laps to go. Johnson with a good run out of the center of the corner. They're door to door into turn number 3.
Ooh, but a slide right in the center of the corner.
Irwin will hold the advantage into turn number 1. Halfway through this hobby stock heat race number 2 of 3. One more heat race to go, and then it will be on to main event action for the rest of the night. And Irwin holds the advantage. Wood almost gets into Kaufman and will spin out of turn number 4. Started to make a move. It looked like Kaufman maybe shifted downward in a way Wood wasn't anticipating. And to avoid contact, spun it out. A nicer man than I.
2 laps remain for Irwin. The shoe.
Wait, this is a shoe too?
That's number 2.
But Kevin Irwin is the shoe?
He's a little shoe.
He's a little shoe. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
You got to have 2 shoes.
We're going to have 2 shoes.
Yeah.
Just one of them smaller than the other. Checkered flag for Kevin Irwin.
And that is heat number 2.
One more heat race. And then everything changes. Our next heat race should have the one shoe. Or the other shoe. Lots of shoes. Now, what are the different ways that you could be nicknamed the shoe?
Well, the ideal one is that you're just really good at driving a race car.
What's the unideal one?
Is that
you stink?
you stink and you're just known for your dirty shoes. Stinky feet. Stinky shoes.
We can mostly verify that we believe it's for the former.
Yes. But we don't want to shame anyone either. So.
No, if you stink, you're valid.
We don't stink shame.
I mean, we should, but we don't.
The 21H.
Now, did you say something about this car might be the car?
I need, no, I'm not going to say it just yet because I would like to know first. Maybe by Bud Nationals we'll know. But the 21H we do know is Jacob Hughes.
Is that a Childress car?
Yes.
Okay.
And to the outside will be the 25B of Brooke Simmental. 18A, thanks for beatboxing for us. Aaron Bruce. And the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr., Jimmy Irwin in the 2X. Oh, we are stuck. I thought we locked up some bumpers there.
Well, that's going to allow Childress to waste no time getting to the lead. Now Childress, oh, I'll get back to that in a second.
3 wide, Bruce to the inside, Simmental. So Hemrick just did not get a good start in that 21 machine. Simmental.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the rear bumper. And Bruce sideways. Simmental getting the stick. Brooke Simmental wasted no time in that 25B. Neither is Childress up into the lead.
Childress had an emotional victory last week at the Mosier Classic. Up, smoke. A lot of smoke coming out of the 21.8s all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's huge, smoking it up.
Oh.
And Simmental up the track, almost scraping the wall, slips up 2 spots.
And we're back to this.
Yeah, big old 4-car pack, and Bruce goes around.
Is Simmental,
Oh, boy.
I think there's a message trying to be delivered here. Except someone's going to have a flat tire, and I think it's the 25.
I think we found out about the flat tire.
Oh, that was coming.
Ricky Childress was work on the low side. In a 3 and 4, he does it again, your leader.
Now, you know what I appreciate about Simmental?
Not giving up.
Who cares if you have a flat tire?
Oh, Bruce around in front of your leader. 360 keeps on going.
Well, this is what I'm interested in. Flat tire. It's going to be a non-story.
Childress was working that inside perfectly. Anticipated the flat tire up ahead. Maybe worked on it for the first 3 laps leading up.
I think that car came very close to not making it off of the exit.
Out of turn number 4, checkered flag waves for Ricky Childress Jr. in the 16. Irwin's going to finish second. 21H of Jacob Hughes, third.
That's fun.
And Bruce finishing in 4th.
That was fun.
The Simmental pulling off track.
Well, again, folks, that's going to be a wrap on the heat races. If you watch this on delay on YouTube, I want to thank you for watching Low Budget TV. And a reminder, join us live for these events.
Come on.
Lowbudget.tv. We'll see you around.
We'd be happy to have you live at the track or live online.
Yeah.
See you later.